Alright, so welcome back guys, or welcome if this is your first time here. I'm Vision Hero Boy and Entertainment, bringing you guys another video. Today I'm going to be talking about Fear the Walking Dead, more specifically, the status and future of the character Alicia Clark moving forward in Fear the Walking Dead. Now, if Fear the Walking Dead is something you're interested in, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and hit that bell icon. That way you're missing more Fear the Walking Dead content from me moving forward. Now let's begin. So, as we all know, Fear the Walking Dead fans, Alicia Clark is the last remaining survivor of her family. She's been around since season 1, and she's pretty much the one thing holding Fear the Walking Dead together in a way. A lot of fans have jumped ship, are not happy with the way the showrunners are currently taking the show, and they're just all around upset, want Madison back, and there's so many things that could go on. But this is not, I'm talking about season 5 or Fear right now. My specific topic today is Alicia Clark. Now, for those of you who don't know or don't pay attention to the news, Alicia Clark, or Alicia Debnam Carey, the actress who plays Alicia Clark, there's rumors going around, or at least news, that the actress could potentially be playing a role in the new 100 spin-off series. Now, it hasn't been confirmed. It's just been announced that the 100 is getting a spin-off series coming up in the near future with a backdoor pilot said to be premiering in season 7 of the 100. Now, why this is concerning to Fear the Walking Dead is because if you don't watch it, Alicia Debnam Carey, who plays Alicia Clark, had a very significant role in season 2 and season 3 of the 100. She played Lexa, who is the commander of this group of grounders who are a group of survivors on the ground. So if you don't know the 100, I'll just give you a quick rundown. It pretty much takes place 100 years after the apocalypse, and the survivors of the apocalypse went into space and came down to Earth thinking that no one had survived, only to find out there were survivors. And Alicia Debnam Carey's actress Alicia Debnam Carey was leading this group of humans. So that's a little pretext there. So she was this beloved fan favorite character for season 2 and 3. A lot of fans loved her character in a lot of ways. If it wasn't for the 100 and her character, I doubt Alicia Debnam Carey would have become this household name or as big as she is today. So a lot of her success is kind of contributed to the 100. So there have been some rumors, or at least it was announced, that the 100 is getting a spin-off series. Now, we don't know what the spin-off series could be, but a lot of fans of the 100 have wanted and asked for the origin story of Lexa, played by Alicia Debnam Carey. Now, of course, right now, we don't know what's going to happen. They could do the backdoor pilot, it could amount to nothing. Or they could get the backdoor pilot and it could amount to this huge story. So, we don't know. Now, there's also a possibility that they don't go the grounder story and Alicia Debnam Carey doesn't have to read the show. However, I would assume that they'd want to give fans what they want. And what fans really want is to know the story of Lexa, played by Alicia Debnam Carey. So, there's a lot of issues there, because she would probably most likely have to leave Fear to play in the 100. Now, I'm almost positive the 100 is filmed in Columbia, or British Columbia up in Canada, and Fear is videoed in Texas. So that would cause issues. I don't know if that's 100% true. It might be in Virginia where they filmed the 100. I'm not totally sure, but I'd have to look it up and just don't know. But either way, you couldn't have Alicia Debnam Carey on both shows. First off, I think the AMC and The Walking Dead have contracts where lead characters or whatever can't do 2 shows at the same time, and she would end up being the lead in this 100 spinoff. So that would be an issue right there. So she'd end up having to choose what job she would want to do, and due to the current state of Fear, that could be questionable at best on whether what she wants to do. If she wants to go to the 100 spinoff or wants to stay on Fear, that's very questionable. However, if we do lose her on Fear, I think that'd be the straw that breaks the camel's back. I think if she left Fear, Fear would be dead in the water at that point. There'd be no salvaging the show at that point. It would be over. It'd be dead. They'd have to cancel it or do something. I don't even know what they would do. But it would be the end of Fear at that point. But there is a possibility on how to save Fear and still get this 100 spinoff. So, if you don't know, the 100, Alexa, who played by Alicia debnam Carey, she was like 19, 20 in the show at the time before she was killed off in the series. Now, if they played their cards right, they could keep Alicia on the show, because in the 100, the character of Lexa became the leader or commander of the Grounders when she was 12. Now, the way they could get around that and keep Alicia on Fear is cast a young actress to play the character of Lexa for the first few seasons, and then once we get to the part where Alicia debnam Carey comes in, they could bring her over. At that point, maybe Fears has been ended, maybe it's been canceled, Alicia's been killed off. So many things could happen. They merged it with the main show, so you never know what could happen. But I think to keep Alicia debnam Carey on Fear is that's the only way you're going to keep her. Because you got this 100 spinoff. It was the thing that made her a big name in Hollywood. You gotta keep her if they do the Grounder story on there. There's no way around it. Another possibility is that they just do the origins of the Grounders altogether. And I talked about this in my 100 spinoff video. They could easily just do like each season be an anthology series where they follow every single commander leading up to Lexa, at which point we would get caught up with the main show, and it'd probably be the last season. So at that point, again, Fear would be either canceled, merged with the main show, Alicia could be dead, many possible things. But that's another way they could get around keeping Alicia on the show. But like I said, we don't know anything that's going to come out of this. For all we know, the backdoor pilot in season 7 could amount to nothing, and the spinoff could be dead in the water. But either way, I think fans of Alicia debnam Carey, fans of Alicia Clark, fans of Fear right now should definitely be a bit nervous, because I do believe if they go down the route I'm talking about, we could lose Alicia on Fear. Because, again, this is a big show that made her a household name, and I feel like in some ways the actress might feel obligated to commit to this show, especially since a lot of fans of the 100 were extremely pissed off about how they killed off Alicia, or killed off Lexa, because in a lot of fans' minds they kind of butchered the character in a way. I honestly didn't have an issue with how she died, but there's a lot of people from the LGBT community who got extremely mad that the way she got killed off. Just a little pretext. In the 100, the character of Lexa was a lesbian character, so that kind of caused some issues there. A lot of fans thought that she was killed off for, the bury your gays trope or whatever. I honestly don't believe that, and they claim the showrunner is homophobic and all this other stuff, which I think is stupid, but that's beside the point. I don't want to open up a whole can of worms here. But again, moving forward, Alicia on the show is in danger. I feel like we need to keep an eye on this character, and depending on what they do in season 6 of Fear, could determine her fate. I mean, if season 7 is like big, or season 6 is big, and like Alicia has a lot to do, things get better, it could seal the deal, and maybe she'll stay on the 100 or stay on Fear. But if it goes downhill, the actress might have more of a reason to get out of the show and no longer have her name connected. But I don't know. This is definitely a worrisome moment. I think all Fear fans should be a bit on their nerves and be worried, because she could definitely be leaving the show anytime soon. But another way they could keep her on the show is that they follow the people who went into space on the 100, the people from the Ark. If they did that, again, it wouldn't really have anything to do with the Grounders or the character of Lexa. So at that point, we would keep Alicia debnam Carey on the show. They did talk about that in the article I read. So it's a very different possibilities on how they could do this 100 spinoff. But again, it's definitely something that is worrisome, because again, killing off Alicia from Fear again is like gonna be the straw that breaks the camel's back, in my opinion. At that point, Fear's dead. There's now no salvaging the show. You could have cool characters like John Dory, Strand, Luciana, Daniel, but it's not gonna remain this big of a show anymore. It'd die, and it'd be a slow, painful death for the show. Because even if they lose Alicia, they're not going to cancel it as long as it's still making them money. So we'd lose Alicia, and it'd be a slow death for Fear, because they're going to milk it for as long as possible. But let me know your thoughts and opinions. Are you worried? Do you think Alicia will remain on Fear? Or do you think she'll be leaving? Or do you think she'll leave for another reason other than the spinoff? Let me know all your thoughts and opinions regarding this topic in the comment section down below. So yeah, guys, that's the news regarding the 100 possibly getting a spin-off series and how it could affect Fear the Walking Dead Season 6 and the character of Alicia moving forward. As always, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and share. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and hit that bell icon. That would miss some Fear the Walking Dead content from me moving forward. And you can go follow me on Instagram and Twitter, which are linked in the about section on my YouTube channel. This has been Vision Hero Boy Entertainment, and I'll see you next time.